Hey everybody, happy Sunday. It's Roy Caballo, broker owner of Caballo's Realty. Hopefully soon to be I am the owner of Caballo's Realty Referrals. That's our second company, which should be coming online relatively soon. Fourth go around with DBPR, trying to get things corrected and make sure T's are crossed and I's are dotted. But today I want to talk to you about VA transactions and occupancy, right? Short video. But it's important because a lot of people don't understand how occupancy works, and the rules for VA occupancy for a VA buyer are very similar to the rules for FHA buyers. The standard number that most people don't know, you're supposed to occupy within 60 days. The VA does say that they will allow for a reasonable amount of time outside of that 60 days. And let me give you an example. So let's say I'm stationed in Fort Stewart, Georgia, but I am from Florida, and I find a home in Fort Myers while I'm on leave. Oh my God, it's the perfect home. I got it. I got to put this under contract. But you're not going to leave Fort Stewart for 8 more months. In a situation like that, exceptions can be made to the 60-day occupancy rule. Now, you're going to have to talk to your lender, but the VA says you have to move in within, or you have to, occupy within a reasonable amount of time, right? And there's a document that the veteran's going to sign, or the active duty member is going to sign, that says that that home is going to be their primary residence. You're going to establish that as your primary residence. Doesn't define primary residence, but we can generally draw from that. That's where you're going to be living. Okay, so there are exceptions to the rule. Another exception to the rule. Let's say that you are a VA buyer and you're getting to retire. That's kind of an exception to the rule. You found a home, you're retiring, but it's outside the 60-day window. That's an exception that can be used. Let's say that you are going on deployment and you want to get your family situated, stabilized. You know you're going to be in the area for an extended period of time, so why not just buy a home? Why not use our veteran benefit and buy a home? But you're going on deployment, and you're doing your workups and all that. Your spouse, and in some cases your dependent child, can fulfill that occupancy requirement for you. Lots of different ways we could take this, lots of different directions we could go as far as occupancy, and lots of different ways that, I hate to use the term, the game could be played, but that is the best way to, lots of scenarios we could put into play. Do we say there's a hard, fast rule for it? No. The VA, how do I say this? There's an expectation. I've never seen it in black and white, but there's an expectation that you will reside in the home for at least a year, right? A minimum of 12 months. I've never found that in black and white anywhere, although most lenders will have a minimum 12-month requirement. Lenders over here, VA regulations over here. The VA regulations with regards to occupancy, while there are some steadfast numbers, like I said, the 60-day rules, there is a good bit of ambiguity in there as well. So that's really a conversation that you need to have with the lender. Like always, I'm going to plug my local lenders. I'm not a fan of the big box companies. The big box companies tend to exploit the term veteran, and I'm not a fan of that, especially if you're not truly working in the veteran's best interest. So I'm a plug for my local folks all day long, because they are the folks where the rubber meets the road. They are the folks that you can actually talk to. They're not in a call center. You don't have to wait 35-40 minutes to talk to somebody, and they're actually going to call you back, right? So I'm all about my local lenders. If you got any questions, I'm adding this to my VA series tonight. I plan on continuing the VA series because there's a lot more that I could be adding to it. If you have a specific question, if you want something addressed and you don't want to put it out for everybody in the comments, by all means, hit me up, roycaballorealtor@gmail.com. Yes, I am a broker, but that's my old email, and I didn't want to change it because there are so many of my customers that already know it and they're associated with it. So roycaballorealtor@gmail.com, or shoot me a text 863-441-3295. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to work with you. Like, follow, share, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff that goes with YouTube videos. And you know what? I will see you guys on the next piece of the series. Talk to you later and hope you enjoy Sunday.